Hey, stop procrastinating. Click the button now. Get into this medical coding school with my school. Look, this is the 8-week program that can help you transition into coding. Let's take advantage of my special discount going right now. $897. Go to infinityhimschool.com and go to enroll infinityhimschool.com. Alrighty, do it now. Click. What was the word? Stop procrastinating. Hi, I'm Melvina W. here with Dr. K.L. Lee.
How y'all doing?
Yes, and we are here. Give me something to work with.
Yes.
Again.
So we are back because we had to come back to talk about double down on what you want. I think the key here is, you said this a couple of times already on the series, which is a lot of people don't know what they want.
They don't. And if you don't know what you want, then what direction you're going to go in? How are you going to obtain it? Mm-hmm. You got to be clear about what you want so you can go forth out and claim it, get it, make it happen.
Now, why is it, do you think, people don't know what they want? Do you feel it's because they have...
Some misguided direction, not focused enough, not the knowledge, do not utilize the resources that's there, never been given anything, so don't know their upbringing. It's a lot of various reasons, but the whole thing is, it gets real simple for me. Mm-hmm. I go around the neighborhood and look and be like, ooh, I like that house. Then it gets, how much do you like it? Mm-hmm. I like it a lot. Then I know I want it. Mm-hmm. Let's make it happen. Put it in place.
You know, I think, too, a lot of people get into self-doubt, which, I talk about in this book. And I think sometimes when we see something that we know is going to require, something that we either don't know how to do, then it can intimidate us and make us say, well, I don't really want it that much because, I don't know if I can achieve it.
Yeah.
So it's ultimately, I think a lot of people run away from failure.
They do.
But
they run away from even trying. They haven't even tried. They haven't step up to the plate yet.
Yep. And when you don't even try, you failed already.
Exactly. When you quit, it's over.
It's over. And I agree with that. Do you feel like a lot of people are quitting in relationships, parenting, and career and business?
Yes. Out of fear, self-doubt, as you said, yes, all of the above.
What would you advise them to do if they are now, you know what I'm saying, they're afraid to go out for what they want?
Well, if you're afraid, you got to let go of the fear. You got to step out on faith. That's what I would advise. So analyze what's going on, why you're afraid. Think about what you want. Write it down. Put it pencil to paper, whatever you have to do. Mm-hmm. Think about what you want and say, okay, why can't I have this?
Right.
Why can I not put it in place, have it 5 years? Mm-hmm. 10 years? Mm-hmm. I mean, 1 year? I mean, just think about it. If you want to go to college for a bachelor's degree, okay, that's going to take about 4 years. Okay, put it in place. Next 4 years, I'm going to have that degree. Mm-hmm. If you know you don't have the money, okay, put it in place. So now, not next 4 years, but maybe next 6 years, 2 years of work, and then 4 years, you can have the degree. But if you sit there and do nothing, you get nothing.
That's true. Those are facts right there. And so, my question for you is, how do you stay so gung-ho about your dreams?
Oh, my motivation.
Yeah, how do you stay motivated?
My motivational tactics, my motivational things that I want, my family, love, and money. So since I know I want money to have my options to go around the world and do the things I want, maid, chauffeur, all this good stuff, that keeps me motivated. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go anywhere, so I know I got to keep making money to do it.
Right.
There you go.
Now, what about people who had these goals, right? Mm-hmm. But somehow that goal did not manifest, meaning they actually felt more defeated by setting a goal because they failed to reach it. Like, how sometimes people make these New Year resolutions and they're like, I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds. They start off real, they start off dedicated, right? And then as the time goes on, it drags, and then their motivation drags. Yeah. And then when they don't have the results, they feel defeated.
Yes. Yeah, well, if you feel defeated and you let that internalize and manifest, then you are defeated. Mm-hmm. But if you never quit and you keep going, it just means it didn't happen then. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean it stopped or it's over. I didn't say it was over. Right. You can keep going. You can set a new goal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what? Actually, I'm living proof with the weight thing. Yeah. I'm like 380-something pounds. Proudly to say, quite healthy, by the way, and happy. But, still it's really overweight, morbidly obese. Mm-hmm. And I'm supposed to be losing weight. I've been saying that for years. So I thought up of something, maybe 5 pounds, which is really, But then I be okay, 5 pounds. Then I gain it back. So what's going on? I'm failing. I'm stopping. I haven't quit yet. It's not over. I'm still trying, but at a slower rate because I choose to put other things ahead of that.
Right.
And that's what some people does also. They prioritize and put something ahead of their goal or their dream instead of going after what they want to need at that moment to create more options, make their life better.
I agree with everything that you said. And I think that is, the key to anything is if your goal tanks. Because, sometimes our goals are not realistic to begin with, right? Sometimes we fail. I think, too, we got to analyze why we failed at something, too, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And then we need to, would you say, like, in some of the things you failed at, it may require you to either, like you said, set a new goal?
Oh, yeah. Same for me with, if I want to lose weight, I got to set a new goal and put it in place, yeah. So set a new goal, evolve, change, be open-minded. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you, if you get in the corner and start shaking, okay, and do nothing, you get nothing.
Right.
So the moment you say, well, it's just so hard, and come up with this whole, that's just you. Well, see, it's hard out there, blah, 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 then you won't have it. Mm-hmm. That kind of mentality, that attitude is not going to get it done.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to be open-minded and be like, okay, I tried that didn't work, let me try this.
I like how you say we try this because sometimes what we want changes.
Of course.
Right? So sometimes it's not about your efforts or something like that. Right. It might be you just don't want what you used to want. Like when you don't know no better, you could want toxic relationships. You could want a dead-end job. You could want stuff because you think that's what you want. But then when you're exposed, like you said, you went into neighborhoods to see something you really wanted.
I'm like, okay, like me. Yeah, it used to be I just want 10 million. Now I want 25 million. Mm-hmm. It doesn't stop. I keep wanting. And then it's like, okay, it becomes the battle. Okay, you're 53 years old. Are you going to get the 25 million or 10 million? So, okay, let's be realistic about it. Let me go for the most that I can go for. Let me try to go for the best and try to see what I can put in place. I might not get the 25 million or 5, but I'm going to keep wanting it and striving for it. Mm-hmm. My mind can go there. I know the sky's the limit, so let's try to see what happens.
Have you ever felt foolish because you wanted something and either you don't want it no more or like you go to a menu and you're like, ooh, this looks good. And then you order and you're like, man, dang, this is a scam.
On a menu of food.
Or people or, it doesn't.
Yeah, but people too, but they can nearly get cut off if I got to feel foolish around them. So, yes, I've done that with people, too. Some people, they give a facade that they're this way. They can't even be real, and they don't even have to know themselves. So, and they give this facade or energy like they all cool and down and with you, but you find out, oh, my God, they show their true colors. Mm-hmm. I have somebody like that now formed in my life that's my girl's friends or whatever, my daughter's friend now, and I'll be like, what was I thinking? I was fooled for 5-6 years, and now she cut, done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you get fooled. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can't always help, control, right? Yeah, how people are going to respond to either your choices or, your changes and your wants. Right. Now, in marriage, you've been married for 26 years, going on 27. So, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, what happens if what you want is no longer what your spouse wants? You can't throw them away.
All right. Well, I can.
Well, you could.
I can. Trust me, you can. Nobody said I cannot. So trust me, if me and my spouse is not in sync with what I want, then he can get thrown away. Make no mistake. So yes, however, my spouse is in sync with what I want, so I don't have that problem. So understand, what I want is benefiting the whole family structure. So the house, generational wealth, life insurance, irrevocable trust, traveling around the world, going first class opposed to coach. What husband in his right mind is going to be like, well, I don't know. We don't want that. We don't. No, I be looking like, dude, if you don't want what all I'm saying, then we got a problem. We got to disconnect. Mm-hmm. But tell me what you want. Because you got to give me something more serious and substantial that's more than that or something why I'm not going to want those things.
Do you think some people are being distracted?
Of course they are.
From what they really want?
Yeah, because they don't know what they want. So because they don't know what they want, they get distracted, manipulated, whatever. They believe and listen to other people and don't know their audience or whatever. Exactly. I'm feeling you. Let's put some stank on it.
So what advice would you give someone if they are right now struggling with what they want?
Find out what you want. So meaning, think about it. Mm-hmm. What makes you happy? Mm-hmm. What brings you to your happy place? Mm-hmm. What makes you smile? What do you need right now this moment? Is it money? Okay, so you want money. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing now to obtain it? If you tell me you're doing a cashier job and you're making $12 an hour, okay, you need money, right? Mm-hmm. You got one job doing that. What about another one? Have you thought about doubling? Doubling down? I thought that's what title, right? Double down?
Mm-hmm.
So you thought about doubling down?
Right.
I didn't say this was over. So
yeah, you got to double down.
What you saying? So you're going to double down?
Mm-hmm.
And now this is what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I just went through that with a friend of mine. Well, I can't because that don't make me happy. See, I be tired. I just can't work. I said, then you don't want it then. This conversation is over. You want to work one job and be broke, keep doing it then. You don't want it. You're not feeling what I'm saying.
Do you feel the reason why people don't really push forward to something, or maybe why some people listening might feel like, you know what, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what's going on in my life. Do you feel like it's because they didn't want something enough?
Yeah, of course. If you want it enough, you'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like me, if I wanted to be, 175 pounds by, 2024 last year, then I should have gotten there, been there, done it. Mm-hmm. I can't say I want it and then be like, oh, well, my plan wasn't solid at all. I'm not trying that hard. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm comfortable at 300 something with a man chasing me around, all this, Mm-hmm. So obviously, the proof is in the pudding.
I think, too, a lot of people, and I can say for myself, too, at a time in my life when I was making decisions that I did not like the results.
Right.
Sometimes it can make you hesitant and not really trusting or double downing on what you're saying you want. Because you may have realized, or you may have just realized something you was really adamant about wanting, it wasn't what you wanted in the end. Like, for some people...
You have the right to change your mind.
Yeah, and I think some of us who have gone through either a divorce or we have gone through, our children abandoning us, and we're like, well, I really wanted them to X, Y, Z, and they didn't do it. Yeah. So, you see a lot of women and men now, like we were talking about being in our 40s and how a lot of us are just like, I'm good. And you're like, how are y'all there? And I think, in part, some of the reasons on how we get there is because we may be hesitant on what we are doubling down on. Meaning, we may have an idea of being in a relationship, but we may not always trust ourselves, right. To make the best decision. That's the number one key.
If you don't trust yourself, you got a problem. Mm-hmm. I trust me. Mm-hmm. I own my decision and trust me. Mm-hmm. I love me and trust me just that much. Know that I'm enough, and it is what it is. There is nothing else. That's just it.
I think, too, like when you are doing soul searching or, you're going on a journey, okay, what do I really want? Sometimes it does take you time to figure out what you really want.
Well, how much time? Time is not your friend. So if you doggone 50 years old, like my age, I'm 53. Mm-hmm. So if you're 50 years old and you're sitting there saying, well, I'm trying to still soul search, I'll be like, what you been doing for the last 50 years?
But I think sometimes we never really do a soul search. Sometimes we...
Oh, then there we go. We got a problem. If you just starting at 50-something, well, I'm trying to soul search.
But I think sometimes we know what it is, but we're intimidated by what the journey is. Sometimes
let go to fear.
Sometimes we are dealing with unbelief, and we don't believe the guy we're looking for exists or the woman we want exists. And sometimes what we're thinking doesn't exist. I mean, we can be so unrealistic that what we want,
True.
You know what I'm saying, doesn't allow people to be human.
Well, it does if you believe it, but if you sit there, like you said, with the unbelief theory, then it's not going to work out. If you can't step out on faith, if you don't see the forest beyond the trees, you're going to have a problem. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing I can do to solve that problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't make you see, I can lead the horse to the water, you can't make him drink.
Facts.
That's just it. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, you have to believe. You have to be willing to step out on faith. You have to open up your mind and be like, okay, I know I want this. Whatever it takes to get there, I'm going to make it happen. Whether I got to pray to God to help me, or I got to go out and work 2 jobs, or I got to, work 3 jobs. I'm going to just have to, try to make this. It's so many ways to try to make it work. Mm-hmm. Just for that 6 months or that year, just to get to that next step.
Yeah.
If you are broke as a joke, something has to change.
Yeah.
So even if I got to say, Mom, please just watch my kids for me while I work this second job too. Please help me out and let me work this second job just for 6 months. Please, let's strike a deal or compromise. Anything to get to that next level. If I'm a single mother, for example. But that wasn't my case. I'm happily married and, with all my, my kids' father, one man, Glenn, so I didn't have that problem. But everybody got different variables.
Definitely.
So I'd be like, look, you got to put something in place. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even get to that place. See, that's the thing. And I'm divorced too. It's my second marriage. Been there, done it. Mm-hmm.
I think the key, which I talked about in this book as well, is you have to be able to kick negative thoughts. Yes. Because they come for all of us.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Whether you're successful, trying to be.
You will stay there.
Exactly. I agree with that 1,000%. And so I think the key to, figuring out what you want is no longer being negative or putting your own self down.
Right.
You know, sometimes we're like, oh, you know, I'm not good enough. So then we will second guess or we will dumb down what we're looking for. I love what too, what's her name? Viola Davis said.
Oh, yeah.
She said that she prayed about the husband that she wanted, and the man that she prayed for to the T, you know, came. And what I would like to encourage people to believe too is you can believe for something, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't assume they're only going to be what you ask for. Because we all got stuff you're going to either have to decide if you can deal with or you can't.
Always. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Some people can't make a decision. What they act as if they cannot. They forget that they have options. They get stuck like Chuck. Well, see, I can't leave. He do this. Well, if I do this, I just don't see no way out. I said, well, you know, for me, I'm willing to lose. You know, I can go back 2 steps to go 5 steps ahead. I'm willing to do whatever. Because I'm always have options. You're not going to back me in no corner. I'm going to sit there and stall there. Mm-hmm. Even my daughters, I want us to be closer. They moved away out of state. Okay, they don't stay in Georgia with me. They've moved away. And they're living their own lives and stuff. They don't call me every day. They're clearly not on mama's titty. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe they are not. They're independent women holding it down, doing what they want. But I would love for them to be like, oh, well, let me, you know, come to mama maybe Christmas and Thanksgiving and hang out. I don't hear from them, girl. I don't see them. Okay, fine. You doing what you want? Fine, carry on. So now what am I going to do next? Mm-hmm. That's what it comes to. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
You think I'm going to go and chase them around the world like Bobo the Fool? Well, you know, y'all, no. You may just sit and you want to do that, fine. Go ahead and do it. Yeah. You live your life, be responsible, be grown. I'm going to live mine and do what I got to do.
I think, too, a lot of people have to be comfortable, you know, in their own skin.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Being comfortable, sometimes being alone, sometimes, or doing something by yourself.
Exactly.
I think even even being married, I do think there are certain things you do need to do for you.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think, like the other night when we were hanging out and you was like, we got to do stuff like this.
Always. I have my girlfriend times. I have my dates with Glenn all the time. Mm-hmm. So I think that's always important. It's not like I live up under Glenn and have to be up under Glenn 24/7. Mind you, there's some major advantages being up against Glenn all the time, but, you know, he reap the benefits all day long from it. But, you know, I just like to have the me time or just hang out with the girlfriends and just, you know, so we respect each other's boundaries. And now he's to a point where he have his, you know, his friend he go out with or, you know, or his brothers come in town, they hang out. He got, you know, a little outlet. But for the most part, you know, I think it's important to have the me time.
And I think the more that you are comfortable with yourself,
absolutely,
you know, the more you make room to love someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say that's true?
Oh, yeah, because you won't hold a resentment. You won't have no regret. You won't feel smothered and bothered and just like I can't deal with him. You know, you'll be like, okay, I spent time with my girls. I hung out. But, you know, now I'm going to spend time with you. Be like, okay, you appreciate it more hanging with them and really growing, you know, with them even more. Come up with innovative ideas to have more fun. I'm talking about a spouse relationship anyway, you know.
Of course.
26 years of marriage, so trust me, we got to be creative.
I mean, well, you clearly double down on your decision to marry Glenn.
Double down and triple down and everything on that. He's not going anywhere, world.
Mm-hmm. Just a quick question, because I know our next episode is actually going to be More Love to Give.
Ooh,
and so before we go to More Love to Give, I wanted to ask, with doubling down on the person you want to spend your life with. Yes. I mean, it is a big decision. So I understand why some people are hesitant to do it again or to do it for the first time at all, you know, as far as getting married.
Yes.
What would be your advice? I mean, you've been married for 26 years now. Mm-hmm. So what advice would you give someone that's like, okay, I want to be married or I don't want to die alone. I mean, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give them to prepare themselves?
You know yourself. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You know yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Are you secure in who you are?
Yeah.
Do you know that you're enough? Do you love yourself just that much? Because if you can, no man, nobody will be able to manipulate you, mess with your self-worth. You'll be able to find that right person that can just grow with you, understand you, and never compromise yourself. You are who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something Definitely. Like that. That's my advice. Are you an avid communicator? Communication is key and paramount in any relationship. So make sure you can do that. But any past traumas, that got to be let go.
I agree.
Any kind of drama you got, any negative feelings about men and the women, whatever, all that got to be let go. Mm-hmm. You got to be clear about your conviction. If you know you're religious, naturally you want a man that's religious along with you. Mm-hmm. It's generally going to have a problem if he's not on the same path with you, with your spiritual welfare. You have to make sure y'all in sync. You know what I mean? So try to, take the time to know them without having sex with the man first.
I agree.
I am 100% about making sure I wait and protect all my goods till I know the man. He does not get the cookies. Mm-hmm. He do not until months later. Mm-hmm. We go on dates. I have to see how he treats me, how he talk. I mean, everything before he even get anything. If a man comes to me and he just propositions sex, and I'm like, look, just go to somebody else. Plenty of other women out there waiting on that, not me, because I don't need that from you. Mm-hmm. That's going to come later after something get more solidified over here. Mm-hmm. Now, we'll have sex before marriage, yes, but trust me, there's got to be a committed relationship, me and him. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it just because he look good and it's swinging and hanging long and hard. Trust me, it's tempting, but nah, that don't do it. Because I want intimacy. I want the love. I want to be sensuous. Mm-hmm. Sex start way before we get in the room and he stick it in.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's my advice to tell women. Close your legs. Get to know the man. Stop trying to, he look good, it feel good, please, really. It's going to feel good today, it feel good later, I get it. Trust me, nobody get it more than me. So communicate, know you, know your self-worth.
Yes, and what you want.
What you want. Mm-hmm. If you want a man that's committed to you, take the time to find that man. But you got to know you, so take the time to find you and discover you.
That's right.
So have your career together. Have your education together. How about that? Mm-hmm. Don't come up there broke talking about I'm flipping some burgers and I need a man to fill the void so he can flip some burgers and make some fries and we try to no, wait a minute, let's get our perspective together.
Right.
So I would say things like that. There's so much more to say. I'll be on that all day.
Well, that's why I wanted to segue from this into more to give, because you got to be able to have something of yourself and in yourself before you can give anything to someone else. Because you can't give what you need. Because now you are, like you said, now you're
getting only used up like toilet paper.
There you go.
And that's what they do.
Or you're spreading trauma.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they haven't healed. They got their own past drama and all.
Yes.
Look, women, if you're a side chick, there's a problem. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Women, if you sitting there giving it to the man and acting like a wife, and you're clearly not, there is a huge problem. If that man has not married you yet and y'all living together and it's now been 3, 5, 4 years, you have a problem. Mm-hmm. Something is wrong. If you're making babies for multiple men and you didn't marry them, something is wrong. You're bringing lives into the world from these men and they're not even around, something is wrong.
Okay, y'all, we're going to have to break right there because that is going to segue into more love to give because I have some questions on that.
Always.
Okay?
Yes.
Because she's calling out things that's wrong. And I think we live in a society where a lot of people say what's wrong is subjective, right?
Of course.
And so I want to talk more about that. All right, so y'all need to come back next week to give me something to work with because we got something to work with.
Yeah, we got something to work with. I'm bringing it.
Yeah, she's bringing it.
You want it, I'm bringing it. Yes.
So I want y'all to go to her website, to check out her books. Definitely, I am Melvina.com. Mm-hmm. You can check out my book and my series at embraceyourcrown.com. And until we see y'all next time,
yes,
we're going to be ready. So y'all be ready. So
be ready. Come on.
Hang out with us.
Yes.
All righty. Bye-bye for now.
So if you're looking for something for family, relationship, medical coding, anything raw, unapologetic, vibes, feelings, come on and give me something to work with. Look forward to seeing you.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye. Hey, already a coder? Do you have a job or you cannot get a job? I can help you get a job with my mentorship program. I will walk you through the steps to getting employed. You can be newly certified or an experienced coder. I don't care. I'll take either one. I can help you get more. Just go to Job Infinity HIM. All right? And I'll get you there. Come on.